guys. It's Rory here. It's my girlfriend Gabbie.
Hi.
Hi,
Kind of about to sneeze.
She might sneeze.
No, it passed.
Okay.
Your viewers will never know just how wonderful it is.
No, it'll happen eventually. She does this really cute thing when she sneezes. But yeah, so Gabbie wanted to introduce herself. We kind of want to talk about stuff, but we don't know what we're going to talk about. Probably couple stuff related to female-to-male trans people with a girlfriend who was at the time identifying as lesbian. So yeah, I don't know. Gabbie and I met, and we started hanging out. She was reluctant. She didn't want a girlfriend.
You didn't want one either.
But I was persistent. I told you I didn't want one. I was persistent, and we started dating. And then, I don't know, a few weeks into our relationship, I told her how I kind of felt like I might be trans, and
I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was it. She instantly was just like, do you want me to start using different pronouns, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, not yet. And then, 4 days later, I was like, yeah, let's do that.
And then he started picking out a new name.
Yeah, she helped me pick out a new name. Well, she tried to help me pick
out
a new name.
You were set on Rorik, and I was like, no, what about this? What about this?
What did we come up with? There's so many. Atticus. You liked Atticus. She liked Atticus, which is a cool name, but not for me.
It's also the name of my laptop.
Okay.
Wow. It's also the name of the coolest dad in literature.
Yeah, that's true. So
I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be named after the coolest dad in literature.
I came out to my family. Gabbie has been the biggest support person in my life.
No, I am not. I'm so small.
You are. You're really tiny. But she's just supported me so much through everything. And it's just been great. What else? What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to tell trans boys who might be thinking that they're never going to find somebody that they can date because they're trans? And
if you start, okay, if you have a partner, don't tell me to look at the camera. Fuck off. So if you have a partner and you're thinking about transitioning, and your partner, however they themselves identify, if their identity is I date females, or if they're resistant to you transitioning, basically you should probably kick them to the curb, because if they're not gonna be supportive of you throughout your transition, then why would you want to date that? Why?
Yeah.
It's really fucking difficult to go from oh my god, I'm dating the most beautiful girl in the world and she's great, I'm a lesbian, to I'm dating a boy.
You should tell them a little bit about your experience with that.
I mean, it was so rapid fire.
Oh my god, Bowie's looking at herself in the mirror right now. Oh my god, our dog is looking at herself in the mirror. This is too fucking awesome. Did you find yourself? It's fucking crazy. She's never done that.
Oh my god. She's like
Okay, back to what we were talking about. Your sexual orientation. When I first came out to Gabbie, she mentioned that she might want to continue identifying as lesbian, and I was like, okay, that's your sexual orientation, and how you identify, that's up to you. But I don't know, where are you at right now with that? She's very camera shy.
I still don't really know where I am with that, identity wise.
You're jealous.
She's jealous of all the love. Her always smells
Bowie,
just a given.
This is about I know you're genderqueer, but this is not about you right now.
No, she's gender fluid.
Gender fluid.
Okay. Gender fluid.
They are gender fluid. So yeah, don't you talk a little bit about, like, coming to terms with dating a boy after thinking that you were a lesbian?
It was intriguing, I guess. I don't know if intriguing is the right word. I don't know if this is actually interesting to people. But I was coming from a place of having almost exclusively dated and having sex with men. Cis men, penises, P and B. Yeah, that. What's the sign for P and B?
Sex, sign language is this. It's two P's and you go together.
That's pretty homosexual.
This is the sign for penis.
Penis and a penis touching?
No, this is just the sign for sex. Anyway.
It's two P's touching. That's
topic.
Pretty homosexual.
You were dating mostly cis men, and then I was the first girl you ever dated.
In a
relationship with, not messed around with.
Yeah, but I had really only messed around with a girl. I'd only messed around with a person with a vagina. Maybe like twice. Like recently, there was like, not counting like middle school experience, whatever, and like elementary school experiments. Sexualization of children. It happens.
Okay, stay on topic.
I'm the victim here.
Okay, God. I'm not arguing with you.
And so when it came to like, it was just really confusing because I've always masturbated exclusively to fantasies of women, cis women, and I've had a lot of like really intense friendships with cis women, but I'd only ever like gotten really comfortable having sex with cis men, but it was like weird. And so when I started dating, can I call you? Should I say your?
Don't say my birth name, but
okay,
her is fine because I was identifying as female at the time.
Okay, so when I started dating Roy, I was like, oh, this feels so right. Like, I mean, I think that like his personality was just like awesome, and we like just clicked really well, and B, it was just like, this is the kind of body I've always fantasized about, and this is the kind of body that I'm like really excited to explore because like in my past I never really wanted anything to do with the member.
Penis. She's talking about penis. She does not like.
I don't like the word. Okay, I don't like it. It's kind of like other people and moist. It's just an uncomfortable word.
Moist.
Yeah. And so when I had this like vag to play with, I was like, this is obviously like my actual sexual orientation. Like, I am so lesbian because I'm so into this right now. And then, yeah, like 3-4 weeks later, he came out as trans. So then I started like, sort of like bargaining with myself, like, no, it's okay, like, you can still like identify as lesbian, it's just that maybe you're like not attracted to like feminist because like you're really femme, and like think about it, if you dated like a femme chick then you'd feel like competitive, so like maybe you're like attracted to like masculinity in female presenting bodies.
You're so PC. Amazing.
Sorry. Not sorry.
I love it.
Sorry for partying. And yeah, I was in counseling like I'm still in counseling, but I just talked about like how I like going from like queer to like I'm actually a lesbian felt like really, really good, like super good. And like a lot of my friends, like some of my oldest friends, like from back in Texas, were like not surprised, and like my sister was like not surprised at all. So I was like, oh, well then this must be who I am. But then I was really worried about erasing Rory's identity by saying like I'm a lesbian, and then it's like lesbian with a boyfriend, like what's up with that?
Mm-hmm. It's also kind of like an admission that you think that female to male trans people are still female.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, there's that one really great article. What's it called? And like, who's it by? But it's like, I believe it's written by a trans woman who's like calling out lesbians who say I date women and trans men, because they're completely leaving trans women out of the lesbian picture, and also they tend to like these lesbians that are being criticized in the article tend to not stay with a partner once they actually start to transition, or like particularly do not seek an F to M partner who wants to transition. So they essentially like just see an F to M as like, oh, you're just a really butchy girl.
Butch.
You're just really butch.
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to be that. So, and then there was the thing of like, oh, well, like, would the lesbian community even accept me because I've had such a long history of dating cis men, and like, I don't know, I've only ever heard like really scary stuff about the lesbian community and like how like, I don't know, catty it can be. Like, I don't know the lesbian community. I know a couple people who have like been in it and I love them. Some of my very best friends are lesbian.
Oh my god, yeah, you can't be against them.
I know. But it just felt really weird to like all of a sudden like claim this identity and then like think about what it meant to claim the culture behind it. And I guess I wasn't prepared for that. So then I was like, oh, maybe I should go back to queer, but that doesn't feel specific enough to me. And then the past like 2 months have been like, well, I'm really attracted to you, but just not other cis, like just not cis guys anymore. I just can't date cis guys anymore. But then it's been like reminding myself what about cis men I have found attractive and do still find attractive, because like Rory is going to obtain those things. Like, he is going to get a deeper voice and a broader chest and broader shoulders and facial hair and whiter face and, you know, other really good things about male presenting bodies.
And then we decided it was just sperm that she didn't like.
Yeah, it's just sperm that I don't like.
Is that okay that I said that?
That's okay.
Okay, because I can edit that out if you don't like it.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
And
that's not going to be a problem.
It's not going to be a problem, unless they come up with some really, probably Japan would come up with some kind of technology like that. They probably already have.
Yeah, they probably already have it. They won't give it to us for 10 years, though.
So let's just never go to Japan.
Okay.
No, actually,
Japan's really cool.
Yeah, let's go to Japan.
I've seen some pictures. Okay. My brother, he was there for like years.
Oh yeah, Marines. And also it was just like really difficult because like this is like really heavy, so like I was like wanting to be like a really good partner and like drop everything for Rory's needs, but like really struggling to address my own needs and feeling really guilty that I was like feeling so conflicted about my own identity and like would I still be attracted to Rory once he started transitioning. And I don't know, maybe this is a cop-out, but I've sort of come to the conclusion, like, this conclusion is very fluid, of, like, what the fuck does it matter? Like, I'm in love with this person who's sitting next to me right now, and, like, it's not like I need to go prove who I'm actually attracted to. Like, they're just aspects of humans that I find attractive, and, like, I don't want to, like, make that sound like pansexuality, because that's, like, oh, genitals don't matter, but, like, genitals do matter to me. So, I don't know, I'm just queer, and this is my boyfriend. I'm a queer, cis, femme, fierce female, and this is my boyfriend.
Yay!
It was so confusing. I had so much queer angst.
Yeah.
But now I can look at cute boys and like, oh, it's cute. It's a cute boy. And then I can equally look at like cute girls and like, that's a cute girl. And then I can look at cute non-binary people and like, that is a cute non-binary person. Just cute.
Everybody is cute.
Everybody is cute.
Pretty much.
In their own way.
Which, I mean, it's a little different.
Cutest, so.
Her having some issues with, like, her sexual orientation was, like, kind of weird. Not weird to me, but something I had never experienced, because, I've always just kind of gone with the flow with my, sexual orientation. It's been, like, I came out as bisexual, because I knew I was still attracted to guys. When I was like 14, I came out as bisexual.
I didn't know you came out as bisexual. I thought you just came out as straight up lesbian.
No, I came out as bisexual. And then about a year later, since I had been primarily dating girls and I had no interest in seeking any guys out, I started identifying as lesbian. And then I had sex with a guy, and was like, well, that's weird, but I am still physically attracted to men. I am emotionally and physically attracted to females, or female-bodied people. This does not exclude trans women. I'll get to that in a second. So I started identifying as just like, I would say I'm a lesbian, but it was just an easier way of saying, well, I'm really, really gay, but I kind of like boys sometimes too. And it was just too confusing for people for me to explain like what my sexual orientation was. So I just started saying I'm a lesbian. And then maybe 2 years ago, I just kind of was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, if it's confusing for you, fuck off. Like, if I need to explain it more than once, like what my sexual orientation is, you're just an idiot because you're not listening to what I'm saying. And so I started I said pansexual for like 2 days, and I was like, oh, that doesn't really work for me. And then I just started identifying as queer. And then I moved to Portland, and people just started looking at me and assuming I was a lesbian, so I didn't really have to ever divulge my sexual orientation. And then when I started coming out as trans and started transitioning, Gabbie brought up the question of, so now do you identify as a straight male? And I was like, no, I can't, because I'm still physically attracted to men. Trans or cis. I'm still physically attracted to females, trans or cis. And so I've just kind of always gone with the flow and been like, well, this is what I'm attracted to, so this is what label I feel comfortable with.
Cis or trans with BT dubs.
Okay. Or gender fluid. or
just non-binary,
non-binary or agender, but okay.
Feminist killjoy over here, I'm sorry.
Feminist killjoy, right there. Just got it. It's okay. But so I've pretty much just resolved to like being like, I'm attracted to people because they're attractive, and not because genitals. Genitals really don't matter to me. I can go with the flow with any genitals. It's fine. Here's the ones I like. I can edit that out if you want. I'm talking about genitals. You said I'm the cutest one.
You are the cutest one.
Yeah, I like your genitals.
Are you trying to tell me that I'm not the cutest one, but my genitals are?
I'm saying both of those things, that you are the cutest one and I like your genitals the most.
Okay.
This is embarrassing.
Okay.
I can edit that out if you want.
No, it's fine.
Okay, awesome. Stop with me. So, yeah, and like when she started expressing a little bit of concern of like, where do I fit? Oh my god, I'm having an existential crisis. It's not an existential crisis, but it was just a little bit like, whoa, okay, like this matters. Like your sexual orientation really matters to you, and how you present yourself really matters to you. And I'm coming from a place where I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. I like who I like, and people deal with it. But now, you didn't come up with like a conclusion. Do you know where you stand?
I don't, just queer, and I just like certain people's faces.
Okay.
And I still don't like the idea of sperm. I like faces and certain bodies, and not sperm.
Cool. So,
love pussies though. Fuck, I love pussies.
They are so fantastic.
Yeah. Mhm. I'm getting hungry.
Stop it. That's bad. No.
I amuse myself.
You do. You amuse yourself. That is correct.
Whatever. I'm so funny and you know it.
So, that's what it's been like for the last, 4 months. We've only been together for 4 months. This is ridiculous. Not even 4 months. This
Not
is
even
ridiculous.
4 months.
We're ridiculous, just by the way. So yeah, that's what it's like dating somebody who is trans.
It's kind of fantastic.
Yeah. Anything else? I think we should share with the people.
ultimatum of, like, if you transition, I'm gonna break up with you, be like,
Break
bye,
up with them.
bitch.
Yeah.
Bye.
That was something that, like, when I first told Gabbie, or, like, it was maybe a month into my therapy and stuff, and she asked, like, if I told you that I wouldn't be with you if you transition, what would you do? And I was like, I would transition and, you know, move on, because I need to be happy and be myself. One thing I do want to address is, like, it's really awesome to have such a supportive partner, but it's really hard not to forget to also support your partner in their endeavors and in their things that they're doing. Oh, you're choking me with that.
Maybe that's what I wanted to do.
And so it's just really, like, there are a lot of things out there of how to be a good trans ally, so how to be a good ally to trans people. But there isn't a lot of good things out there about, like, how to be trans and not be a dick to all your friends. And that was something that was... You're hungry again.
No.
That was something that was, like,
Just digesting.
bothering me for a little while. It's like, I felt like our relationships were really one-sided, especially with Gabbie. Like, there were, like, 2 or 3 weeks there, it was all about me, all about my problems, me crying about this, or me, like, feeling upset about that, or me being depressed about this, being a whiny bitch. And so it got to a point where we had a huge fight over it. It was a pretty big fight over, like, you know, no, fuck you, like, you need to support me when I have issues. Hopefully I'm not divulging too much. Gabbie has some anxiety issues, and I have some emotional constipation when it comes to anxiety and depression. It's partially how I was raised, to just, like, not be, I don't know, like, my family, I don't know, we don't need to go into this, but I was having some problems with being a good supportive partner when it comes to Gabbie having a panic attack. And it's like, she has supported me in everything, especially, like, when it comes to not knowing where she fits with her, like, sexual orientation, and all of these things where it's just, like, she has just gone above and beyond herself to support me, and this one little fucking minute thing that I could not get over. And it's like, how do you make sure that your relationships aren't becoming one-sided, and how do you make sure that you're supporting your partner just as much as they're supporting you, and you're not just using them as, like, your crutch, and you're actually in an active relationship with your partner when you're transitioning. That is a very difficult thing. And we found that little checkups work. We don't really, like, formally do checkups, but, like, I think we both actively try to, like, make sure that we're listening to each other, and that we're not only talking about, like, how my trans day went, like, how my day went with this, and who messed up on what pronouns with me, and how, like, conversations with my family have been going. I try to make a point to ask Gabbie, like, how her day is going, and to tell me things about her, because you don't want your relationship to be one-sided, because then, is it really a relationship? No. And that's also, I think, partially, like, the importance of therapy. That's why a lot of people just go to their therapist until they get their letter for T, but I am continuing to go to therapy, and it's because I need somebody else to be talking to besides my partner about these issues. Like, yeah, I talk to Gabbie about them, I tell Gabbie everything, but it's good to have other people that you're talking about these things, because otherwise you're just putting all of this on one person, especially a Reedy. She goes to Reed College. It's a really fucking hard college to go to, and she's busy all the time, and she needs to work on her schoolwork, and she needs to, like, focus on her life separate from me, and just being like,
you ain't gonna help me get into law school.
Exactly. Supporting me is not gonna help Gabbie get into law school. And so, just remember not to make it all about you. Go to therapy and talk to somebody twice a month about it if you can afford to. I mean, I've gotten so lucky with all of this. Gotten really fucking lucky. I have a really amazing partner. Most of my family is dealing with it okay. It's not as expensive as it is for a lot of people because I have a lot of options here. So I really am thankful for all of that. But yeah, I think it's important to like try to surround yourselves with a support system, not just one support person. And then also encourage your partner to do the same.
I described this last night at my job. I'm a, what do we call ourselves? Peer health, like not peer health educator, but just a peer educator on sexual assault prevention and response. And someone came in. They are right now supporting someone who's a survivor of sexual assault. And we got into like self-care as an ally. And I was like, think of it as like having a Rolodex of like resources and like people. So like obviously, like when you have a test in the morning and your partner wants to like talk to you until like 3 in the morning about how they were triggered, you can't really be there for them. And so maybe you should really have like a like selection of people who they trust and who are empathetic and good listeners and are available at that time to talk until 3 in the morning about your partner being triggered. So that's what I've encouraged Rory to do, and what I'm trying to be really good about doing.
Yeah. She tends to put me before her, and it's like I also have to make an active effort to not let that happen, and to not be whiny when she says, "I'm really sorry, like you're feeling really down right now, but I have to go read 8 chapters before tomorrow." I have to be really supportive and be like, "Okay, it's not all about me right now. I'm feeling really down right now. She can't help me right now, but I can do other things to make myself feel better, and we will talk about this when we have time to talk about this." That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't actually, we should have written something down of, what we wanted to talk about. We didn't. But I do want to encourage people to ask questions, and we can answer questions and stuff in this format. I want Gabbie to do a few videos with me, just to kind of talk about changes and how our relationship is going, and all that jazz.
Oh, no.
She's got her septum pierced, and I keep pumping it. Anything else? No? Yep. Not much different. How dark. I'm clipping that out. No? Leave it in? Alright. Everyone's gonna know how weird we are. But yeah, so yay! Trans relationship stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Cool. We're done?
Just don't be a dick.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know. Advice. Don't be a dick, viewers.
Or don't let people be dicks to you. Yeah. That works too. Hope nobody gets really. Alright, everybody, have a fantastic day.